Hey everybody, it's Millie with Crafting in My PJs. But you are not here for crafting. If you're here for crafting, I'm so sorry. Wrong video. Today's video is about training for the Princess Wine and... No, not Princess. For Disney's Wine and Dine. There you go. Gabby's in the background. She says hi. Wait, I was waiting for this squawk to come right after. I don't guess that's happening. There it is. All right, so let me try and film this again because I need to go feed her. All right, I'm back. So those of you who don't watch my crafting videos, you may not know about Gabby. Gabby is my Goffin's cockatoo. She's right in the next room, and a lot of times when she hears my voice, she starts participating too. You won't hear words, but you'll hear the squawking. And sometimes she'll make some sounds that sound like words, but they're kind of approximations, not really clear or distinct. But anyway, so this video is week 5 of training for the Disney's Wine and Dine. So if you're here for crafting, wait tomorrow. You'll get the video tomorrow. Crafting comes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Sunday mornings, I do training for Disney's Wine and Dine. And I really like to start off by saying always, I am not a professional trainer. I am not an athlete. I am just a Disney running participant. I have run 4 different Disney races, all princess races. And my last one was February 2020, and then I took a major hiatus with the thing that went around in the world, and now I am back. But when I came back this time, I have not run since February 2020, and so I needed to start training. I needed to lose some weight. I needed to get back in shape. And so what better way to do it with some other people that are looking to get in shape, train for a race, maybe drop some pounds, or just get a little healthier. I mean, it's all individual. So a friend and I decided that we were going to do a Disney race this year. And I asked her, I said, well, can we do Wine and Dine? I haven't done anything other than Princess, and I would like something different. And this was all about the January mark. And if you know anything, I guess you do if you're here or you're learning anything about Disney races, you need to sign up. It's approximately 7 to 9 months ahead of time. So they have already had registration for Wine and Dine, which is in November. It's the first week in November. And that registration was in March. It is full. There are other ways to get in. So there are, and we talked about this, I think, in the last video. So check out that video in the description box. There's some links because sometimes they open spots and it's just random and it's fleeting and you have to be there and ready to grab it when you can. So you can maybe get a spot that way if they open up some spots, or you can maybe run for a charity. And from what I'm hearing, they may be kind of sold out too. And then the other thing I heard is sometimes when charities, maybe at their deadline, they might be giving bibs back to run Disney. So maybe in the fall, you might be able to pop some more spots open. And then a travel agent, which I have not seen that on the message boards at all, about people who have got in with travel agents. And that is how I got in the very first race I did, the very first princess race. And we were in the queue the day registration opened, but we were so nervous about getting in that we went ahead and we accepted with a travel agent. It was 3 of us at that time, before we even got up to register in the queue. And so those are ways, and then a friend that I'm actually going with. There's one I'm running with, and then one that I'm going with. Because the one who I'm running with is staying with her husband, so I needed a roommate. And so my friend that's going with me, she was not able to secure a spot yet, but she has decided she is going to do the virtual run while I'm doing the real run or the in-person run. I don't want to say real run because she's going to run too. She's just going to do around the resort. So there are all kinds of options. And then maybe you're not doing a Disney race at all, but you might be preparing for another race, and this is just a way to do it. So they have had Disney Wine and Dine, and I'm talking about Disney World. That's the only place I have done races. I think one of my bucket list is to go to Disneyland and do a race there, but that won't be for a couple of years if I do it. So Wine and Dine is in November, first week in November, and then in January, the very first weekend in January-ish, there is a marathon weekend. That registration opened up April 11th. And from what I understand, that one is sold out too, but some people are in the process of looking for races for that one. Wine and Dine does the 5K, the 10K, the half, and then a challenge, which is 10K and half. So if you do both of those, you get, and are successful, you get another medal. So ultimately, you could end up all told with 4 medals, 5K, 10K, half, and then the challenge. A lot of people do 10K, half, and challenge and get 3 medals. So now, come January, that's the marathon weekend. So you have 5K, 10K, half, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to look at it. But then a marathon. So there's more. And then the next race that has not opened up yet is Princess 2024. Now, that one is opening up in June, if I'm not mistaken, June 20th. And I'll recheck the website. Next video, I'll let you know. But they just announced that on the website. And so June 20th. And that would be the Princess. It's usually the third weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Third weekend, it's around the 20s mark in February. Coincides sometimes with President's Day, which is horrendous because then it's really crowded. And that might be the weekend before, whatever. And it coincides a lot of times with those of us in South Louisiana with Mardi Gras week. This week, it's not up against. I think Mardi Gras week is before, I think. So makes a great getaway because we're out of school anyway. But it can also make, you see everybody from Louisiana there. You see lots of LSU shirts, you see lots of Saint shirts, you see a lot of Mardi Gras shirts because that's what, we do. So that's Princess. And so I think I've signed up for Wine and Dine, and then I think I'm signing up for Princess as well. So I'm saving up my pennies for that one in June. And then they have another race in April, which just happened. And it's the Springtime Surprise is, I think, the name of it. And I don't really remember the breakdown. That one might have a marathon as well. So you're going to have all of them. You'll have a 5K, a 10K, and a half. And then you might have a 10-miler, or you might have a full marathon thrown in. But Princess stops at half. Wine and Dine stops at half. So those are the 2 races I'm going to do in the next year. And then this friend and I are running it. There's 3 of us now. And I don't know if the third one will stick with us for the second time. But then come 2025, we will probably do marathon weekend in January, but we won't do the marathon. Neither one of us are at that point. And honestly, I just, if I get to a half again, I'll be proud of myself. So marathon weekend, and then we'll probably do the April one, the Springtime Surprise, because I have not done those races yet. So just want to have something different on my agenda. Anyway, how did I get into this? I wanted to tell you that Princess will be opening up in June. So keep your calendars up for that. But we are working toward Wine and Dine. Or, like my friend, you may be working toward Princess, so you're just working with me to have fun. So this week, how did you do? I did okay this week. I had a good week. I had a better week than last week, except I got sick. There's some, I don't know if you can still hear it. I've got it going on. There's some viral bronchial thing going around, and I started with it and I felt it and I was like, oh no, my husband had it and I've been trying to keep away from him. And then in the middle of that, like 2 days into that, started with a stomach virus. I don't know if that has something to do with the bronchial thing, if it's a part of it, or if I just got two things together. Now, I do work with young babies. So when I tell you I am exposed to all kinds of that goes around, but usually my resistance is pretty strong. And right now I am taking my vitamins, and I am really watching what I eat, and I'm being better. I'm down 9 pounds. That is phenomenal. It's almost a third of what my goal is to be at when I go to run Wine and Dine. So, I feel like I am the healthiest, and boom, then things like this will hit me. But I'm glad it's now and not October. So I'll take it. So that did knock me for a loop, and I am still trying to get over the stomach part of I can't eat well, which you would think I would have lost more weight, but no, not yet. It might catch up. I don't know. So anyway, so that was my week, but I had a really good week. I had a really good run. My last run, it was progress. I'm so happy. I'm on week 5 of Couch to 10K, and I think week 1 of that. I'm going to start that over again on Tuesday when I start again. I did walking today. I didn't do running today just because I don't feel I'm ready yet. But by Tuesday I'll be fine. And I just feel really good. So I think we're on the way. All right, so our goal today, what we were going to talk, I do have my quote. You want to hear my quote? Because, I have my book, and I do my quote. And so now we are starting week 5. And here's all my stuff. There was my weight. So this is my quote for this week. Sometime the bravest and most important thing you can do is show up. And I know you've heard that before, but isn't that a great thing? Get out there. Just get out there. Get on that treadmill. Get to that gym. Get to the park. A friend and I tried a different park today, so we're kind of excited about it. It was nice. Get that workout partner or not. And I have like conflicting feelings. I have a partner that I do walk with, and I do great with her. But then I like to have my own workouts where I do more running, because I do better running when I'm solo, because I'm so caught up in am I slowing the other person down and things like that. It's all mind games. The whole thing is mind games. All right. So today we were going to talk about warming up. Why do you need to warm up before a run? Well, you need to get those muscles ready. It helps prevent injury. It helps you perform better. It helps you keep going more. There's all kinds of wonderful reasons for warming up. And you can do a Google search and they will tell you. So I had my friend who I walked with this morning, and she videoed me doing some of my warm-ups. So you get to see me doing it. I'm not perfect, but these are what I do. So what do you want to do? Do you want to just focus on your legs? No. Let's warm up everything. So give some good stretches, upper body stretches. You want to do that. You want to get that going. And your warm up exercises or your warm up movements, you want them to be dynamic movements. We're getting those muscles warmed up so that you can get out on that track and you can do whatever it is you're going to do. So, looking at your calves, looking at your quads, looking at those hip flexors, looking at your back. So, your focus is kind of on the lower body because that is what's moving. But you want to give some nice dynamic stretches. When you're done with your warming up and you do your workout, you don't just get in your car and go home. We do a few more stretches just to release those muscles. And in your cool down, you're going to want to do stretches that you maybe maintain a little bit longer. Beginning is dynamic, and at the end, stretches are kind of maintained and held so that you can release those muscles. And again, that's going to focus on those quads, those calves, those hip flexors, the adductor muscles in your legs. So you're going to focus on those. And I didn't video the cool down part, but we'll talk about that after. So right now I'm going to cut over and I'm going to voice over for the warm-ups. All right, let's get going. So when I'm doing my warm-ups, I try to find some place to hold on to, either a tree or a bench or a lamppost. And right now I am literally just stretching out those calf muscles. I have my foot up against the tree and I'm leaning right into it and pushing and letting it stretch on either side. And I'm just going to do that for a little while. All right, so now I'm going to do some lunges, and I kind of do walking lunges. I will start out holding on because my balance is not good. But then I do let go, and I have been working on balance, but you know, it's just an aging thing. All right, so, and then some side lunges. Get those adductors inside your legs. Yeah, there you go. And you can make a more of a dynamic movement. So it's not just stretching. It's a movement, warming up those muscles. And just stretching upper body. All right. And then, some leg swings. So I was having trouble with the roots of the tree here. It kept catching on my shoe. So another dynamic movement to warm up. You're warming up quads. You're warming up those glutes back there into your back. So I'm going to do both sides. And then we're going to switch over to a crossover, a lateral, a side leg swing. And that opens up those hips and everything and gets those warmed up for your upcoming run. So I'm doing both sides. And then right here, I'm just doing some toe raises and stretches. I have a lot of trouble with my feet, my arches, and I have found that if I do a lot of toe raises where I do a lot of pressure in my toes, lifting up, it helps those muscles in my arch and my feet, and I don't have pain anymore. And so I do stretch those out a lot. And then this was very awkward looking, but my quad stretches. I am not the prettiest getting that leg up there, 20 pounds over gets in the way, but stretch those quads. All right, and then I'm just kind of stretching that upper body, and I'll do quite a few different variations. And then again, focusing on those calves and doing some toe raises. Just getting that movement in there. Movement combined with stretch. And now I'm going to take that to my walk. I'm starting out my run with a walk. It's going to start with a very regular walk, and then gradually I'll pick up pace. And then after a few minutes, it'll lead into my run. Okay, so there you go. There were the warm-ups, and then, the walk to warm up. And then, of course, there'll be a walk or slowing down to cool down. So the last portion of your run, you will maybe walk for 5-10 minutes, cool down, get that heart rate down. And then before you get in the car to go home, do some stretches. do those calf stretches where you put your foot up against something and push, stretching out that calf muscle. Do the quad stretch where you pull your foot behind you. That I look like, I don't know what doing that. I can't get that foot up, but I eventually get there. And just some slow, like maybe the lunges, forward and side lunges, but then hold that lunge. Don't walk the lunge. Don't keep it going. And then at the very end, maybe kind of a squat. I call it, or I've heard it called a figure 4 squat, where you put one foot on top of a knee and then bend down so you kind of look like a chair. And that opens up those hip flexors. And then just sit there, just squat there for, a few counts, and then do the other side. Open everything up and let it out. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video this week about stretching, warming up, a little bit of info about the races. Next week, we're going to talk about products that you may use to help your runs be more comfortable. All right, I hope y'all have a great week and you don't catch what I had. All right, bye.